me is His Excellency Peter Obi, the presidential candidate for LP in Nigeria. Your Excellency, you're welcome to Brussels.
Thank you very much.
I have a very quick question for you. If you have to do only 4 things in your tenure, could you tell us those 4 things that you will do for Nigeria?
Okay. First is that I came to the EU headquarters here to meet some what I can consider key persons that will help us in us who contribute in building a better Nigeria. 4 things that you need to do. 1 is security. Number 2 is law and order. Number 3 is to invest in human capital. And number 4 is to focus on 1 critical infrastructure: power.
What is your campaign doing to include the Yorubas who feel that tribalistically they have to vote for your opponents because of their tribe? What are you doing campaign-wise to educate these people and make them understand the position of the LP party for Nigeria?
Well, you know, this is an emergency meeting. It wasn't a deliberately planned meeting. I have been to about 13 cities. Everywhere I went, there were Nigerians from every part of Nigeria. My main reason for being in Brussels today was a meeting in the EU headquarters. But on the back of that, somebody said, can I invite a few leaders so you can talk to them? I could see people from Southeast here, South, North, a few of them here and there. But let me tell you, 2023 election, for the sake of Nigeria, will not be based on ethnicity. It will not be based on religion. It will not be based on my tongue. It will not be based on connection. It will not be based on all those primordial biases that have kept us where we are today. It will not be based on any structure. All those structures people claim are structures that kept us where we are. It's structure of corruption, structure of criminality. Those things have to go. 2023 election will be based on character we can trust, competence, capacity, and commitment to start turning Nigeria around.
Your Excellency, it is believed that since you came out for the Labour Party, that the IPOB, the agitators in the East have sort of calmed down to some extent. Now, if you were president today and you were asked today for a referendum for Arewa, Odua, or Biafra to go, today, what would you do?
There's agitation all over Nigeria. The first question you ask yourself, why the agitation? Why were not agitation years back? What happened suddenly? First is that is the fundamental question I'll ask. I will dialogue, I will negotiate, I will plead with all agitators for us to be one family and to start solving it by doing things based on justice. It is injustice and unfairness that brings us these people saying, oh yes, there's agitation even in my house. If I do things wrongly, my wife will agitate. So you negotiate and beg people. That's why you don't solve all this is by confrontation. So before we reach that place, we must have dialogue and everything. I can tell you, I'm going to bring one of the critical things I need to do is to unite Nigeria. I told you the 4 hours, but remember, I'm going to work simultaneously We must unite Nigeria. We must start serving Nigeria based on fairness and justice, based on doing things the way it is, that everybody will have a seat on the table. If everybody have a seat on the table, it is not, it will reduce all these problems.
Your Excellency, my final question here in Brussels, I hope to follow your campaign and meet you again. But right now, Nigeria unemployment. I have a business in Nigeria and I relate with the youth, and I understand there is a gazillion unemployed youths. Now in Brussels, in the US, the youths are being mandated to join the military, to train them, to empower them. We don't see that in Nigeria. Would you put into force any such policy that would include our children getting some sort of military training?
Let me tell you, the greatest asset of Nigeria today, in terms of human capital, is its youth. We have very energetic and talented youth. They are the ones we are going to invest in. Investing in them is win-win. They are the ones we are going to start. Engine of development of any country is micro, small, medium businesses. These are where youths are domiciled. We're going to put money in them to ensure that they start businesses. They are the ones who are going to use in area of sports, in area of ICT, in area of entertainment. We're going to push the country. The more you put people out of poverty, the more money government makes to be able to live. So you need, these are, you're talking about our future. Our future lies in this youth.
Nice to meet you, Abu.
Good to see you.
Yeah, we met today and you showed His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi and arranged some meetings within the European Parliament. So can you tell us what actually happened?
Yes, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to say a few words about the presence of His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi here in Brussels and in the European Parliament. He's met quite a number of high-ranking members of the European Parliament here in Brussels. He met, for example, the president of this Social Democrat group in the European Parliament, which is one of the biggest groupings in the European Parliament. He met MEP from the Renew Europe group, which is a group of Emmanuel Macron in the European Parliament. He met with MEPs from across parties, even the Greens. So I think he's had a very, very fruitful meeting in the European Parliament, and they all said to him, you know, Nigeria is a great country. We're looking forward to working with you when you become president of Nigeria. So it was a very fruitful and a good day for him, I would say.
Okay. So Abdul, you know, how long have you been within the EU?
So
the European Parliament?
Yes, I've been working for the European Union now for actually this is my 19th year since I started, and I'm currently I'm political advisor. I'm a senior political advisor in charge of foreign policy with a focus on neighborhood and also focus on decentralized cooperation, which is basically development cooperation with third countries.
So do you see how the visit of Mr. Peter Obi today would aid in helping Nigeria in any way, shape or form?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. The most important aspect of the relationship between the EU and Nigeria is not about the money. What Nigeria needs is probably a transfer of expertise, you know, building capacity, and I think that's one of the key things that we can acquire by cooperating with the European Parliament, because of course the European Parliament has earmarked about 32 billion euro for Africa in the next years. It's a huge amount, but nevertheless, what is more important is the people-to-people contact, how we can reinforce our capacities, etc. And I think it's a useful thing that Mr. Peter Obi, His Excellency, was in Brussels.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tell people we must change Africa. There's nothing wrong with Africa. There's nothing wrong with Nigeria. Nigeria has better weather than Brussels. I bet you. We have better weather than they have. We have better food than they have. We have better environment. Even the tourism, the thing, we have better. Even the chocolate they make, the cocoa comes from us. Everything is from us. All we have is bad leadership, and we must fix it. That is where I am. Thank you very much.